You know it's serious when you break out the ear defenders and goggles. We're going to use power tools, air tools on the P6 today, and we're going to get that front end chopped off. We need to make some progress with it. Let's go. Right, to say we've been busy would be an understatement. I haven't recorded everything because it had been about 5 hours of you just watching me drill spot welds out and clean seams and things like that. But as you can see, all the damage is off, and we've actually got the new front panel mocked up in place. So at the moment it's just clamped in, and obviously it does want pulling up and into place and so on. You know, it's sitting a bit low at the minute, so it wants pulling up and pulling in. But it does fit quite well, as you can see across there. Fits really nicely, and we'll just work his way around tweaking it on that side. Obviously it wants pulling in a little, but it's not far off. The ends meet exactly where you'd want them to. The little indentations are exactly where you'd want them to be. The same down here, the little bits are all exactly where you'd want. So next thing, I'm having to repurpose the side parts. These are like the bits that hold the front wings on. I'm repurposing these from the old, well, from this car, but obviously cleaning them up and sorting the damage out. This one were a bit bent, and I've sorted that out. I've got to clean that bit of rust up just there. Clean all the flanges up, obviously. And I've done this side, so what I've done is I've clamped it all in place, and then I've just tack welded for now this in, just there, and then a couple down the back there. So this is now, you know, part of the car. It's only one little tack, one little one there. So I mean, it's not really strong or anything, but it's good enough for now. What I want to do, I've put the rubber back on. I'm going to fit the front wing back on this side, make sure the front wing lines up, obviously get it gapped up back here, make sure I like how it fits, and then do the same on the other side. As you can see, the other side's just got a big gap. I need to get that done, same as this. Once I know that everything lines up nicely, we can take this front panel off. I've already cleaned and etch primed everything behind it. So we'll take this front panel off. There's a bit of surface rust on the back of it. So we'll clean all the surface rust up, then we'll drill all the holes for the plug welds in it, and then we'll get the whole thing plug welded in place. I'll probably do it with it, you know, in place like this. So I'll drill the plug welds, put it back on, tack it back in place, and put the front wings back on. So then I can manipulate everything by making sure it's all staying in the right kind of area where we want it. I do have a little bit to sort here. This obviously shouldn't be all bent like that. It should be nice and straight. And obviously I've got a bit of rust to sort. Typical P6 rust in the hockey sticks, so that'll want sorting for sure. But we can sort that, that's not a problem. Getting the main front end on is the goal. So I'll grab a front wing, get the front wing back on, and we'll have a look at the welding on the other side. Not doing bad though, really starting to see some progress. It's nice to start seeing it come back together. Starting to look like a car again. Distinctive P6 front end starting to show again. So fingers crossed we can get this one progressing quite quickly to get that wing. Let's get some bolts in it, shall we? Someone will correct me, but I'm pretty sure they're the front wing bolts. Really need to be better at labelling stuff. Instead of, I'll probably just remember, so I'll leave it in a pile. It's not working for me. So, getting these in ought to be fun. I've got that much stuff on the floor, can't get my head right into it. What are they, 13s? Yeah. Just one. Tighten these up a few moments later. So just for a quick first fit, I mean that line's not perfect, but it will shove in, then it looks pretty good. Hole for the bonnet hinge lines up, and then that gap don't look bad, does it? So I'm thinking that that's a success, but this side was the side that was already pretty good. So I'll come back to you when I've welded that side and fit in that wing. Right, as I mentioned, that's that side on, very roughly tacked in place, but have to excuse the squeaking bonnet. This, when it's actually bolted on, will sit like that, so that's all good. I've measured from the floor to there and to there on both sides. Both sides are now exactly the same, so I'm happy to say that the front end of the car is now square. And I think that might be it for today. As you can probably tell, we're losing light, so I think I'll leave it there. So yeah, that'll probably do for today. Only a few hours work today. Clocks have changed, bit of a late night, so didn't get started till a bit later than I'd like. Plus it's a Sunday, we like to have a bit of a rest on a Sunday, don't we? So the next thing for me is to take everything off that you've seen me put on today, both wings off, take the front panel back off, drill all the holes, weld it fully in place. Now I know that everything lines up. Obviously make a few tweaks and a few adjustments as we go, but the bulk of it is really good. I'm really happy. So the next time you see the car, the whole front end will be welded on, hopefully painted satin black. The rust repair will be done, and we'll be on to a point where we can actually start fitting it back up, potentially getting it running again and get it ready for paint. So yeah, it's going to come along quite quick, I think. Now it's sent quite slow getting to this point, getting rid of all the damaged metal, but we're really starting to make some progress. As always, if you've liked this video, please consider subscribing. It does help the channel out. Check out some of the other videos, including the previous videos on the P6, so you can see what it was like when we got it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.